Okay, so right now the car in front of me, license plate HZY3075, is an unmarked state police cruiser. And the only reason why he is slowing down, we're coming down Center Hall Mountain on the Center Hall side, but going up the Pleasant Gap side, he was doing 60, and I was following him the entire way. So I'm just gonna capture some video here and, you know, keep him in check a little. Depends on if he does what the other state police do that I have followed on my way to work to Lewistown. Because then they think that they can write the law and, you know, break the law even though they're supposed to uphold the law. Like I said, the only reason why he's not speeding now is there's traffic in front of him. As you can see, I don't know if you can see it in the video, but I can clearly see where he has frost on his roof, and the frost actually comes down over the two hidden lights that are sitting right at the top of his rear window. Trying to zoom in to see if I can get a better picture of the license plate. I'm actually roughly about 1.5, almost 2 car lengths behind him. Actually, I just used that mailbox that was on the right hand side, and was able to count to 1002. So I'm roughly about 2 seconds behind him. Okay, there's his license plate number. Now, as you can see, we are on what is called southbound 144, just past the Center Hall sheets and snappies. And now this is a 55-mile-an-hour speed zone. Pass with care zone. And so far I now hit 55. There's 60. Which a lot of police will give you, you know, that 5-mile grace period. But the only reason why he's still not speeding is because there are people in front of him. I'm back down to about 50, 53. But where he's going to really take off is Seven Mountains. Going up 322 up over Seven Mountains. Because then he'll probably pull over to the passing lane, and he will hammer down. Because if I'm not mistaken, this is the same police officer who pulled me over when they were doing work on Seven Mountains, that he was doing 60, 65 through well, they were doing work on Seven Mountains, so it was a construction zone, following 3 other people that was doing 60, 65 through a 45-mile-an-hour work zone. They're doing roughly about 51 miles an hour. But like I said, the only reason why he's not speeding is because there's a vehicle in front of him. Now we're down to 40. Yeah, the only reason why I know it's unmarked is because of the 2 hidden lights up under his the roof line in the rear window. And of course, it's a Ford. Can't tell what make it is. I mean, what model it is. Okay, so now this vehicle in front of him is pulling off. And we're coming into a 35-mile-an-hour speed zone. Because it is a residential zone. And already doing 45, which is 10 miles over the speed limit. There's 50. Through a residential 35-mile-an-hour zone. Doing 50 miles an hour. That is 15 miles over the speed limit. Now, I got behind him back in Pleasant Gap. As you can see, license plate hasn't changed. It's still the same vehicle. Come to a complete stop. And proceed. Now, 45-mile-an-hour zone. Of course, the only reason why he slows down because I'm now doing 55. Just to, you know, how they time you, because that's how they do it, because that's how he did it to me, was if you're speeding and they're traveling with you, they will get in behind you and do the same speed you're doing for a certain amount of time, for a certain distance, just so that way they can say, oh, well, I timed him for like a mile, even though he was behind me for like 5 miles before. Not this guy, but the guy who pulled me over. But like I said, it may be the same guy. Up here where it splits into two, it does go to 55. But all of this right here is supposed to be 45 miles an hour. Okay, truck pulls off, and he hammers down. As you can see, he is pulling away from me. I am doing 55, 60, 65. He is still pulling away from me. There is 70 miles an hour, and he is still slightly pulling away from me. Now, you tell me where that is legal. There is no emergency. He has no emergency lights on, no siren, and I am doing 70, and he is pulling away from me. As you can, I don't know if you can see it on here, but he's weaving in and out of traffic, you know, passing traffic, because he's a cop. He thinks he can get away with it. Oh, there's 75 and he's still pulling away from me. In a 55 mile an hour zone. That is 20 miles over the speed limit. And of course, I'm still doing 70 and he is all the way up there. Pulling away from me still. In a 55 mile an hour zone. Now, if I would pass him doing these speeds, he would pull me over and write me a ticket to collect money for the state. I've had enough of this. This video is getting turned over to the Wingate State Police Department. I want accountability held.